In an effort to prevent the second wave of a novel coronavirus pandemic, subway passengers in Seoul will be required to wear face masks during crowded hours starting this week. The Seoul metropolitan government unveiled a set of measures that will begin being implemented Wednesday to let citizens keep social distancing in their daily routines when they use public transportation. Once carriages reach over 150% of the recommended quota and are classed as congested, people will be asked to put on masks and further boarding will be restricted. Hitting more than 150% of the train capacity is almost always the case for most trains in Seoul during rush hour, which are from 7 to 9 a.m. and from 6 to 8 p.m. Train operators can even decide to skip a station if the degree of congestion reaches 170%. However, considering commuters, Seoul City will operate more subway trains during rush hours to reduce the level of congestion. Additionally, for the people who do not have masks to put on, Seoul City government will place emergency masks at the subway station kiosks, nearby convenience stores, and integrated stores. Starting in June, the city government will dispatch safety personnel to 10 major congested subway stations, including the Gangnam and Hongik University stations, and 10 major transit stations platforms to guide passengers into standing apart while waiting for subways. Since late February, Seoul has gradually reduced the number of public buses as many workers stayed home to telecommute. To cope with the growing number of passengers in May, extra buses will be deployed to busy routes starting Wednesday. The South Korean government has switched to an everyday life quarantine scheme since last Wednesday to allow people to carry out social and economic activities under quarantine rules as new infections once fell to a single-digit figure. But concerns about community infections recently heightened following a fresh outbreak in Seoul which began on May 1st after an infected 29-year-old man went through bars and dance clubs in Itaewon, Seoul's multicultural neighborhood. This was Sumi Yu from Korea Now.